like to take a few minutes to try to help the shareholders and new investors understand a little bit more about the debt and the dilution of shares that seems to be rampant within the company at this point. A lot of the shareholders that have been with us since the beginning know a little bit more about this, but I thought I'd take a few minutes to try to explain it. In April of 2009, when I originally bought the control block of the Beta Beverage Company, there were several items that were non-disclosed upon my purchase. 95 days after I purchased the company, sometime in July, there was a judgment in place in a New Jersey court from a company called Yorkville Advisors that had been changed names over several years. Yorkville had done a convertible debenture with the former owners of the company for excess of $300,000 5 to 6 years prior to my buying the company. A lot of you investors may have been around since that point of time. I did not know it existed. It was non-disclosed. There was a judgment for $408,000, which I will be sharing in this video. The judgment, of course, my first reflex was to get a lawyer and try to get this thing set aside. Fortunately for us, $10,000 to $20,000 after hiring an attorney, I did get it set aside, but it was going to come back at me. The plaintiff had filed a suit with the both North Carolina courts and the New Jersey courts, taking it back to court. And they had a fairly decent grounds on the project. Unfortunately for us, this is something we inherited. We renegotiated, as you'll see in this document, a settlement agreement for $250,000 on a convertible debenture, which in essence basically means that when the suitor wants to convert shares into cash because it's aged, we have basically no choice but to do that. The company owned them money, and unfortunately for us, it's something that we inherited. So for the last 18 months, the company had been doing mild conversions and raising the stock amount and the authorized, and issued an outstanding to satisfy this obligation. Well, sometime this year, in July, the investor, now the balance was down in the $130,000 to $140,000 balance. The investor sold the debt partial to another investment group called Redwood Management. They were much more aggressive and have been much more aggressive, diluting the shares and raising the capital back for their investment. I just found out yesterday that Redwood has purchased the balance of debt, which was about $90,000 of debt in interest. So there is no longer a debt to Yorkville Advisors. All of the debt is now in the hands of Redwood Management. I'm going to share these several pieces of documents and hope to ask shareholders to maintain their composure while we weather this storm. There's really nothing that I can do with it on a stock side of things. I've been very diligent to try to make sure that this is within the guidelines of our agreement and settlement. And when this storm is over of delusion, hopefully we can look at it in the past and move forward and have a clean slate. Our company is a multi-million-dollar company now, and will continue to grow exponentially over the next 2 to 5 years. And our market share and market cap is only $400,000 or $500,000 at the current stock value. We're continue to be a fantastic investment for those that want to invest, and I welcome anyone with any questions to reach out to our investor relations hotline. Thank you very much.